Hello and welcome back if you are new here. This is such a weird video for me to film because it is about 12:30 or like 1, probably 1 by now a.m. and I am getting up at about 4:45 or 5 a.m. tomorrow, which is actually today. I'm going to be traveling all the way to Australia to spend half a year there because I'm going on an exchange semester to Melbourne. And I'm so incredibly excited. I'm also so fucking tired because I left all of the packing until the very last day. So I have known since about I think the beginning of September, the second week of September, that I would be going to Melbourne. And I didn't pack, I didn't prepare at all. Like I did prepare like my visa and all that stuff, but I didn't pack, I didn't think about that. So one of my lovely friends came over and helped me pack today because she loves packing and organizing and I really do not. So that's what I've been doing all day. And like I said, it is 1 a.m. and I still need to take a shower, and then I have to get up at like 5 a.m. because my flight leaves at 10, and obviously I have to check in a bag and I have to be there a few hours before, so I'm not gonna get much sleep. But I thought that I would start the vlog even though it is the middle of the night and just tell you that for the next 6 months I will be living in Australia. That is so insane, and also it feels so incredibly weird because I've known that this was coming for months and I've slowly said goodbye to everyone. Like for the past 2 weeks I've been seeing people, different people, in the morning, in the afternoon and at night, to still like be able to see everyone. And now the time is here and I'm leaving for half a year to go to the other side of the world, because if you don't know, and this is your first video of mine, I live in the Netherlands. I live in Utrecht, which is I think about an hour commute from Amsterdam, and so this is literally on the other side of the world. I have chosen this spot the furthest away from my home, and the jet lag is going to be insane. Like it's a 10-hour time difference, and I will be traveling for probably like 25 hours. The first flight from Amsterdam to Abu Dhabi is 7 hours, and then the next flight from Abu Dhabi to Melbourne is 13.5 hours. So the travel day is probably going to be incredibly intense, and I'm so nervous about that. I have a connecting flight, like I said, in Abu Dhabi, and the transfer time is 50 minutes, and they offered the entire package, so it should be doable, and they also have to make sure that it's doable, but it's still nerve-wracking. So it's probably going to be an intense day and I will probably be doing it on very little hours of sleep, but I will try to vlog as much as I can, and I am going to try to take you on this journey with me. So thank you for being here, and let's move to the other side of the world. Good morning. It is 5:30 and I am dead tired, but let's move to Australia. Okay, I am finished packing. I still have a few things to add, and I'm so tempted to add as much as I can to stuff my suitcase completely to the brim. However, I'm already at my weight limit, so I can't really bring anything else. So, okay, this is the huge suitcase. It's very big. Puck could sit in it, and I could have taken Puck. This is unfortunately a non-negotiable for me because I am bringing my stuffy if I'm going there for half a year. And then I have my small suitcase, and then I also have a rucksack. The big one is about 25 kilos. The small one is supposed to be 7. I don't think it is. I think it's 10. And then the rucksack doesn't have a weight limit, but it's just annoying to carry. And my mother is making me something to drink and something to eat, and then we're gonna have to drive in like 25 minutes, I think. And I'm so tempted to just, like I said, bring as much as I can. And that's not smart, but I feel like I need like another long sleeve chill t-shirt, but it's going to be summer when I get there. That's like tomorrow. This is so weird to me. Like, this has been a thing in my mind that was coming, and now it's here, and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna figure myself out. I will see you later. I just said goodbye to my mother and my friend, and I slept for 2 hours, so I'm gonna cry. Okay, first flight is done. I'm about a third of the way there because the second one is twice as long. And I'm already kind of over it, to be honest, sitting for that long. But I slept for basically the whole plane ride. And the lady next to me was very, very nice. So far so good. With my wet hair because I don't have anything to eat. I'm wearing fucking flip-flops and wet hair and I ran to the supermarket with like 5 minutes left. Okay. I don't even know where to start because there's so much to tell and so much to update you on. I'm in my accommodation. I am in Melbourne. I have arrived. Obviously, it was a rocky road. To be honest, it did not go, like, it wasn't all smooth sailing. For start, like, by the way, I'm gonna get into the whole travel day and what happened after in a minute. First, I'm going to be eating sushi while I tell you all of this. It's 11, I think. It's 11:30. It's almost the middle of the night. The supermarket here closes at 11. And obviously I didn't have anything to eat and I had been traveling for 30 hours. The travel day took me, it's over a day. It took me a day and a half to get here. And so I took a shower. When I got here, I situated myself a bit. I will give you the room tour at the end because I still need to unpack and all that stuff and I want to give you the room tour after. But I got situated a bit. I was so fucking disgusting and so sweaty. Like I had to shower. And so when I got here, I met my roommate. She is a very nice Chinese girl named Ellie, which is not her real name, but she goes by Ellie because people apparently can't remember her Chinese name. But she told me that the supermarket closes at 11. So when I got out of the shower, it was I think 10:40 or almost 10:45. So I literally put on the first clean clothes that I could find, and I went outside on my flip-flops and with extremely wet hair, and I ran to the supermarket. Mind you, I didn't know where the supermarket was. My phone is charging now, but it was completely empty. I think I had like 5% when I left, and I also need to pay with my phone. So I ran to the supermarket, got lost, didn't know where I was, and I asked the first person that I saw, like, can you tell me where the Woolworth is? And she goes, yeah, it's down here, like 2 flights of stairs. It's 2 floors down, but it closes in like less than 5 minutes, so you should run. And I'm like, yeah. So I ran to the supermarket, I walked in. It was huge, and obviously I'd never been there before, so I didn't know where to look for what, and I just wanted something easy to eat. But then as soon as I walked in, they were like over the telecom chair, we're closing in like 5 minutes. I was like, shit. So I was literally like doing this in the supermarket and being like, I don't know what to grab. And so I grabbed 1 cucumber, which I'm eating like that because I don't have any utensils. I grabbed 1 like yogurt thing in case I'm hungry when I wake up. And I got, because this is the only thing that I could find. It was way too late, like I wasn't gonna cook. This is the only thing that I could find. So I have sushi with avocado and chicken, because that I don't have to make. And literally when I got back to my apartment, my phone died. Like I think 10 steps before my apartment. But I have something to eat. Okay, let's recap the day. The first flight, I don't have any utensils, and it's so incredibly, I don't know where to put anything. I'm gonna put my cucumber on my chocolate bar. Okay. The first flight was fine, but since I had slept like 2.5 hours, I slept through almost the entire flight, and I was in the middle seat because I refused to pay. Like they tried to get me to pay for like both flights to be able to choose my chair, and I was like, no, I'll pay for the 13.5-hour one, and then the 7-hour one, you can eat it. I will sit in the middle. You won't get me. So I sat in the middle. The lady next to me was super nice, and I chatted with her for like the last hour, I think, when I woke up. So the first flight was okay, but I thought that we were delayed because that's what they initially said, and I was like, fuck, if we're delayed, then I'm not going to make my connecting flight, because like I said, I had a 15-minute transfer. But we ended up being on time, but then like the flight lands on time, and you still, in Amsterdam, I asked like one of the staff members, do I have to go through the security and stuff again, like at the airport in Abu Dhabi? And she said, no, you just like get out of your plane, walk to the other terminal and get in. And I was like, perfect, I think I can do that in 15 minutes if we're not delayed. I get out of the plane. It was supposed to be like, I genuinely thought that my plane would arrive somewhere around the same spot where my other plane would leave. No. Also, I was in such a rush, like I had to make haste, and like I was in row number 17, so pretty much at the front, and like so many men, not women, men. I was in a rush too. Anyway, I had to catch my other flight, and so I wanted to leave the airplane quickly. At row 17, like in my head, the people in the front go first, and then like you do this, like you wait for the people in front of you to walk, and then you walk. So many fucking men like pushed their way forward, so I couldn't get out of my like seat. So I could not get my bag from the overhead compartment, and I could not walk out into into the walkway, so I had to wait for them, and I tried to push myself in between them, and like so many fucking grown-up men would not let a 20-year-old girl, I'm 23 but whatever, would not let a 23-year-old girl just get her bag. I also have a connecting flight, okay? So that sucked. And then what sucked even more is then I got out of the terminal, and I was like, okay, which way do I go? I thought it would be like a 3-minute walk or something. No, it was a 10-minute walk, and then they had me going through security again. And I was like, man, I have a connecting flight, like it's boarding now. You put me on this flight. You made this package available. Like it is your responsibility at this point to make sure that I am in time for my flight. And so I asked one of the women there, being like, I'm so sorry, but my plane is boarding now. And the woman next to me, she also had a plane to catch. She had a bit more time than me, but she was like, yeah, me too. So they opened like the business class row for us, and we could go in front, and then the machine that had my bag in it, like I had to wait for my bag to get out. The machine stopped working. It had like an error or something, and my bags were already in there, so I couldn't get them and like move to somewhere else. Oh, I had so much stress. Like, it was insane. And then I'm so busy talking that I have not eaten a bite yet, but it was insane. And then I had to walk like another 7 minutes. So I had to walk for 17 minutes, and then almost 17, like I think 15, and also go through security when I was told in Amsterdam that that would not be the case and that it would be easy to catch my flight. By the way, I have not commented on this. I have curtain bangs now, so this is what I have to do, and I thought this would be a perfect time. So ignore the state of my hair. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so when I got out of the like security, I legged it over to my gate. They were doing the last call. Like, I ran through and they closed the terminal. So bless the woman who let me into the like business whatever row, because if I had been like 1 minute later, I would not have made my flight. So then I got to the second plane, which was a really, really big one, because we were flying for like almost 14 hours. Damn. We were flying for like 13 and a half hours. So it was a really big one with like 3 different rows, which we don't have in Europe. Like, we probably have them, but I never fly them because Inter wasn't really a great moment to take a bite, but oh, it's good though. Back to the story. The usual flights within Europe that I take like never have that, so that was interesting to see. I think I had been on a plane like that once before when I went to South Africa, and maybe when I went to Thailand when I was younger, but I don't remember that. So the plane was huge, but you had a lot less space like for yourself than I had in the first plane, so that was weird. But the person next to me, like in the middle, she moved to a free spot like somewhere else, so then I had no one next to me, and it was great. So the guy that was on like the aisle seat and we shared that chair for our stuff, and it was fantastic. And I was by the window, and it was really good. And I again slept for I think a huge portion of the flight. I think because I didn't sleep that well the last couple of days, but just because I was so busy, not even because I was nervous, because I was so busy seeing everyone before I left. I barely slept. So I think I was just so incredibly tired that I was knocked out. Like, I was out cold for most of the flight, like most of both flights. So, and then for the rest, I read my book. Then when I landed, I was kind of worried that they would have like maybe, like, it happens to some people, and I like completely saw it happening to me. I thought maybe they would lose my luggage, but my bag came out rather early, so that was also great. So again, so far so good. And then I had to figure out, I thought that I would I don't know why I didn't plan this better, but I was at Melbourne airport. I had no idea how to get into Melbourne city, so I was like, I'll take a train, I guess. And I didn't have any Wi-Fi, or like I could have joined the Wi-Fi. So I asked the first staff member that I saw, being like, hi, where can I find the trains? Because I didn't see them on any like signs. And he was like, this isn't a train station, there's no train station here. And I was like, oh damn. So he said, you'll have to take the bus. And the bus was much harder to maneuver with my huge, like really, really, really big suitcase. So that was a bummer. And then he like kept on walking because I think he had somewhere to be. So I was like, okay, thank you. And then I walked up to a woman. I saw her. She was working at the city Sky bus or something. So it was her job, but she was so nice. And I saw her helping someone else. So I just like stood in line being like, hi, can you help me please? So I showed her where I had to go, and she completely like, wait, she gave me this, and it was so sweet. She completely drew it out where I had to be, being like, okay, your accommodation is here, here's the train station. It was so nice. She was like, okay, our bus will get you here, and from there you have to get on a tram, like a free tram, and you can get on it, and you have to ride it all the way to this stop, and then you can like hop out, and I think you'll have to walk like 5 minutes. So I was like, perfect, thank you ma'am, you are a lifesaver. She was so nice. So I hopped on the City Sky bus, which I think took like 30 minutes or something. So that was great. It was expensive, but I was not gonna pay for an Uber. So I think it was the least expensive like option that I had. And then I got to like the, what was it called? Southern Cross Station in Melbourne. And I got on the tram that Google Maps and the woman like told me to take. And then I suddenly, like, the stops sounded different. I was like, wait, where am I? I think I'm not going the right way. And so I asked someone on the tram, being like, hi, can you help me? Sorry, this is where I need to go. And I thought I had to be like on this tram, but it's starting to sound different. Like the first few were the same. And she was like, oh shoot, no, you had to get off way earlier because this is going somewhere completely different. And I was like, huh? How is that possible? Because I had to get on this train, like Google Maps said it and someone else said it. She's like, yeah, there's something going on with the trams today. They're not doing their usual route. What? Like, of course, the first day that I arrive, there's something up with the trams and nothing is like going the way that it's supposed to go. So she's like, I think you should get off on this spot and I think you should walk back and then get on again and then you will figure it out. I was like, okay, thank you. So I hopped off. And then I saw that it was like a 15-minute walk. It's like, okay, I can do that. I'm just not gonna rely on the trams anymore because it wasn't doing, like, I wasn't gonna get anywhere when it was not doing what Google Maps said it would do. And I only had Google Maps at this point because I was already not on this route anymore. So that was a hassle. So I walked through the city with my 2 enormous bags. And then when I got to my accommodation, which is like a student skyscraper thing, I was like, oh, I so badly just want to check in and take a shower and then get into bed, like just get situated. I really wanted to take a shower because, like I said, I was disgusting. Oh my god, I could smell myself. Like after 30 hours of traveling, I could smell myself. And so I really wanted to take a shower. And then I walked in and the reception had this sign that said, hi, we're on a break, I'll be back in 30 minutes. I was like, of course. So I set my ass down. I was like, okay, I'll read my book, I guess, but like my phone was also almost empty. And so there were 3 girls on the couch, like they obviously knew each other, they were looking at the same phone and stuff in the lounge, like the foyer. So I was waiting, so I asked them, like, hi, are you also waiting for the receptionist? And they were like, yeah. And one girl was like, yeah, and I think we've been waiting for 40 minutes and he said that he would be gone for 30. And another girl was like, no, we've been waiting for 12. And the first girl was like, oh. But they were really funny. But like, it's always scary to approach people that obviously know each other. So it was very obvious that they were like a group, but I am nothing if not a yapper. So I started chatting with them and then another girl joined and it turns out that she is Dutch and she was so happy because I think she's been here for like a week or something. She was so happy that that she had found another Dutch person because apparently I was the first Dutch person that she came across. So I bonded with her and then the front desk worker came back and they asked their question because those 3 girls, they don't live here. They were picking up something for their friend who had lived here last semester. And so when they like went to the desk and they had picked it up, they were leaving me like, okay, bye. So like I had a very short but very nice conversation with them. And they said bye, like very friendly. And then I said bye and then I saw them walking away and I was like, no, I want to be friends with you because my semester doesn't start for like 3 weeks, so who else am I gonna be friends with? So I hobble after them being like, hi, wait, can I have your Instagram? And they were so sweet and they were so nice, being like, yeah, do you want to come to the beach with us tomorrow? So I'm going to the beach with them tomorrow. And then the other Dutch girl, they were like, invite her too, so she's also coming. And I think that's gonna be very fun. So I made 4, like, well, friends is a strong word, but I met 4 girls and we're all gonna hang out tomorrow. So I think I made 4 friends, which is so nice because that's genuinely, I was like, who am I gonna meet when my school has not started yet? They're all from like different universities in the neighborhood, but they had gone here like 3 days before. So I asked them like, have you made a lot of friends? They're like, no, we got here 3 days ago. So we were all very happy that we met each other by chance. And then I checked in, which took a long ass time, but the front receptionist guy was very nice and he explained to me how everything works. And there's no one currently besides me and this Chinese girl in this apartment, and I am up way in the double digits. Like I am almost on the highest floor that you could possibly get, so that's fantastic. And then also he gave me a key card for like one of the rooms and I checked it. I have the biggest room, so I am almost all the way up in this skyscraper and I have the biggest room in this apartment. Like something's working for me. That I really did not expect both of those things. So I knew that I was on a higher floor because I checked that I wanted that. Like I made sure that my apartment was on a higher floor, but this has like 45 floors. So I thought a high floor would be like 10 or something. No, I am all the way up there. So that's really fun. But there's nobody here, almost. For the next 2 weeks, I also have a private bathroom because the girl who I share it with, she's traveling, so she's not here. So it's just me. And the other few girls haven't arrived yet. I know they'll probably get here like throughout the week. But so far, I have a lot of space. But anyway, so far so good. I have arrived in one piece. I have found my way to my accommodation. I am on a high floor with one of the bigger rooms. I think I could call that a win. I'm just going to unpack both of my suitcases and I will give you a room tour after. So, see you in a bit. Still have the hair up, so don't mind that. Time for the room tour. I'm gonna make this quick because it is, what time is it? 2 o'clock at night, and I am meeting the girls I was telling you about at 11, I think, to go to the beach. So I'm not gonna get much sleep, so I'm gonna keep this short. Okay, so this is where you start. This is where you enter my room. Super aesthetic door, but at least it has 2 hangers. So I have my leather jacket and my towel, and then you enter here. It's quite big. Actually, it's bigger than I imagined it would be. Then, focus, okay. Then you have the room. Oh, I'm not wearing any pants, so I hope you can't see me in the reflection. The rest of the room, it's a lot of black, which I don't love, but whatever. I have a single bed. Then I have the desk, which also has some room up here. Here I have some self-care stuff, sunscreen, stuff for my hair. This one that I got from Lodi, which I haven't opened yet, so I'm gonna have to open that one and use it, but for now it's over there. Then we have my like electric hairbrush and some other stuff. Here we have this is what my friend Carolina gave me from our like friend group at school. This was the actual gift, but she got this one as a joke because we're both obsessed with Heated Rivalry, and she demanded that I took both. So here we are. And this is some stuff that I still need to hang up. This is the card that they gave me and some photos from home. These I took on film, so they're from my analog camera, and these are the ones I printed because I love them the most. So I'm gonna hang them up, I think, over there. Then I have my jewelry, which, where's the rest of my jewelry? I think the rest of my jewelry is in here, but I don't know because Brooke actually packed my bags. Nail polish, perfume, and there's a game. Here I have 2 notebooks that I bought like just to be able to write stuff in. The black notebook, my friend Lodi actually wrote me a letter and she gave it to me, and I just read it and it's so sweet. It's so sweet. I almost cried. I was sitting over there and I almost cried. And then also Brooke secretly also wrote me a little note and then put it in my tiny little wallet. I love this wallet. And this was so sweet. It was folded up and I didn't focus and I didn't even know that she did that, so that was also so sweet. Some stuff that I don't have a place for, my cameras. Then over here I have some camera stuff and like just electronic stuff that I use more often, and earplugs and pens. Then I have just the usual necessary stuff to be a woman and also live, all that stuff. And then over here I have my snack drawer with all the snacks that I brought from the Netherlands, and then I have like the chargers and stuff for my camera. And then we have, well, the rest of the desk. My single bed, like I said, it was a non-negotiable for me that my stuffy came all the way across the world with me, so I just sleep better. Then I have my Kindle and stuff, and well, just the usual bed stuff. And I put I put the small suitcase in the big suitcase, and I have it underneath the bed. Then I have I created like a hamper. So that's the stuff that I wore today is in there, and then that's the box that my bed sheets and my towels came in. So I put it there. It might be of good use later if I have stuff that I need a place for. And then we have the massive wardrobe, which would be so nice, except there's no hangers, so I'm gonna have to get those. Here I have a bag with my underwear and my bras. Here I have my bikinis, and here I have like a beach towel and just a throw over thing. Then I have 2 bags, both, like one is my school bag that fits my laptop, and this one is just, you can't really see because of the light, but this is just a leather bag that I really love. Then I have the rest of the towels that I'm not using over there. And then over here I have all of my clothes and my shoes. So I have 2 pairs of sneakers and then 1 pair of boots, and then I'm wearing my flip-flops. Then I have my belt. Then I have a bag of, what was my plan with this? Oh, there's 1 pair of socks in here. I am noticing now because I put the rest of them in here, but the plan was to have 1 for my socks, and that's this one, and then that one can be for whatever up until I have my hangers, and that's the wardrobe. It would be a lot of space if I actually got some hangers, so I need to get that. And anything else? Oh, I forgot the best part. Wait. Because I am on such a high floor, like I'm almost at the highest floor that you could possibly be. The view is insane. Like I haven't seen it during the day, but look at this. This is the view from my bed. That's unfortunately like a very big sign, I think. So, but the rest, look at this. This is so cool. I hope it looks good during the day as well. But at night, I feel like I'm living in New York City. I mean, I'm kind of living in the New York City of Australia. Don't know if that's actually Melbourne or if that would be Sydney. Oh, okay. So that was the room tour. And then I have, hold on, this thing, which is a door stopper that I borrowed from my roommate because I don't have one yet, because this is a very heavy door that clicks closed and you have to use your card to be able to enter it. So not everyone can enter your room. However, you only have one, and if you forget it inside, you're locked out of your room. So we have a door stopper, which is very important to use because I think and then across the hall, we have the bathroom, which, okay, here you have the sink, my toothbrush, the toilet, which is very clean because I haven't used it yet, and I also don't have toilet paper, so that's why I haven't used it yet. And then my hair stuff. I did have a problem because this one opened in my suitcase, and I think this can now just come off. So that's shit, but at least I was able to fix it, so that's that. And my roommate is sleeping, so I have to be quiet. Towel stuff, and then we have the shower. The shower is actually super nice. However, the glass is only up until here, and the shower, like, you can, this is the furthest that it would go back, so it like sprays that way, and so it does kind of spray all over the bathroom floor. So I don't know who like constructed that, but I think so far that is everything. And I think I'm gonna end this video here because this was just the flying and the getting situated, and so far I'm really excited because all of the people, I know that it's like a common thing that people say that Australians are super nice, but everyone that I've talked to so far was incredibly nice and was so helpful. Like I've been saying, so far so good, and I hope that tomorrow, the beach day with the girls that I barely know, I was super excited, and because they seemed very, very nice. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thank you for coming along with me from Amsterdam to Melbourne. It was quite the journey. I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to this point, I will hopefully see you in the next one, and be prepared for a lot of Melbourne content. So if you want to follow along on this exchange journey of mine, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's linked down below, and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!